For our next bout of the evening, we go to our official ring introductions to Jamie Beliveau.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is bout number 4. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Worcester Boys and Girls Club, and hailing from Worcester, Massachusetts, introducing IRVIN Gonzalez. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, representing Boxing in Faith, hailing from New Haven, Connecticut, here is William Foster.
We stay in the 132-pound lightweight division for our next bout of the evening. William Foster from New Haven, Connecticut takes on IRVIN Gonzalez. Peter Zimbor here ringside calling the action at the Fox Theater at Foxwoods Resort Casino. Very pleased to be joined by Rich Cappiello ringside. Rich, you're a guy who has been heavily involved in the amateur program in New England throughout the years. How significant is it for these young fighters to be able to compete at a venue as noteworthy within professional boxing circles as the Fox Theater at Foxwoods and fight on this Pro-Am show?
Well, I think it's great for these young kids. I mean, you know, to get this big exposure in a beautiful venue like Foxwoods Casino is great for them. And obviously, the more experience and the more bigger crowds they get used to will help improve their game. So I think it's great experience for these young kids.
William Foster wearing the black trunks with the white trim. IRVIN Gonzalez is wearing the shiny blue trunks. Rich, you know as well as I know that when you're sizing up fighters at the amateur level, oftentimes if you're not familiar with the fighters individually, you take a look at what gym they hail from and the reputation that gym has. William Foster comes to us from the Boxing and Faith gym in New Haven, Connecticut. IRVIN Gonzalez comes to us from the Worcester Boys and Girls Club. Both gyms have a very good reputation on the New England boxing circuit of not only creating good fighters but creating good people.
Well, I mean, look at the quality of this fight. I mean, it speaks for itself. You got two solid guys in here, and it's a pretty even fight at this point. And you can see the quality and the great experience they've got from great trainers. You know, coming out of a real good gym means a lot in the amateurs. It's really preparing them and getting them ready to elevate to the professional level. So, you know, having a great trainer in your corner and coming out of a good gym is very important. And you could obviously see that experience on both ends.
The Worcester Boys and Girls Club, the gym which IRVIN Gonzalez emanates from, who is in the blue trunks here in this lightweight bout in Connecticut tonight. That gym was the original gym where Edwin Rodriguez fought out of, who will compete for the WBA Super Middleweight Championship in just 2 weeks as he challenges Andre Ward. That speaks volumes.
Yes, it does. I give Edwin a lot of credit. He's stepping up to the plate in the biggest fight of his life, and we all from New England, we wish him the very best.
40 seconds to go in the opening round.
Wow. Look at these guys fight, Pete.
Saw some heavy shots upstairs courtesy of William Foster, but that's not to say IRVIN Gonzalez has not been holding his own throughout the course of this fight.
Congratulations to the matchmaker, by the way, who put these fights together. Very competitive. I've been here from the first bell, and all these amateur fights have been very competitive. And congratulations. I don't know who made these fights, but they did a great job.
Competitive and spirited bouts thus far in the amateur ranks. Nice right hand courtesy of Foster. Snaps back the head of Gonzalez in the closing seconds of round number 1. That was a very entertaining round of boxing courtesy of William Foster and IRVIN Gonzalez here at the Fox Theater at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut. Once again, Peter Zimbor ringside calling the action alongside Rich Cappiello. Rich, year in, year out, you host the Rocky Marciano Amateur Boxing Tournament in Southern New England as we take a look at some of the action from round 1 between Foster and Gonzalez. Nice right hand snuck in there momentarily, courtesy of William Foster. And when you have a tournament like that, you've got competitors from all over New England congregating in southern New England for their chance to compete with the best this region has to offer. I'm sure you even get guys from Connecticut coming down.
Oh, absolutely. We usually have around 100 fighters that are challenged for the belt. And right now we've got two more shows coming up this week, which will finalize our tournament for the year, for 2013. And we've had a lot of great fights and a lot of new champions, actually. A lot of new faces this year. So it goes to show you that boxing's well alive and strong, like Boston strong.
Round 2 of the scheduled 3-round lightweight tilt in the amateur ranks between William Foster and IRVIN Gonzalez. Peter Zimbo and Rich Cappiello ringside calling the action. And Gonzalez has come out very furious here in round 2 in terms of the speed at which he's fighting. Switches up from orthodox to southpaw. I don't know if you noticed that, as he's going to town, going to work, I should say, on the body of William Foster.
You know, Pete, you don't see a lot of that, guys switching up at this level. And he's actually doing a great job switching up back and forth. So I give him a lot of credit. He looks like a young kid. I believe he's in his early 20s, Gonzalez, and doing a really great job here.
We talked about the gym Gonzalez comes from, the Worcester Boys and Girls Club. Let's talk about the gym William Foster hails from, the Boxing Faith gym. He has Louis Rosa in his corner. The man has a pretty good reputation on the New England boxing circuit for being a very good trainer.
I've done a lot of work with Luis Rivera and his wife, and they are nothing but professional. They have a great gym, actually, and they produce a lot of the best fighters out of New England. Luis, I consider one of the best trainers in the New England area, and you know, you're going to see a lot of great things coming out of that gym. He does an amazing job, and his wife assists him. And when you're dealing with the Riveras, you're dealing with nothing but quality. Good people.
Louis Rosa's son, Louis Rosa Jr., now a highly touted prospect in the junior featherweight division, unbeaten, and he's been competing all up and down the Northeast, doing quite well for himself.
Good. He's doing a great job, undefeated, and really tough kid with great hand speed. Also trained by his dad and managed by his mom. And working with Lou DiBella, and doing a great job. I give him a lot of credit, and I'm really interested. This should be a big year for him, because he should be stepping into probably 8 to 10 round fights at the end of 2014. Wow, look at these guys go at it, Peter.
IRVIN Gonzalez seemingly buckles Foster with a left hand.
Honestly, this is a great fight. I mean, tremendous action, great hand speed on both sides. Wow, I mean, this is an exceptionally good fight. Whoa!
Nice right hand, courtesy of Foster, snaps back the head of Gonzalez. I think both fighters have felt some heavy blows in the duration of this second round.
I see this fight is very difficult to score, Pete. Both guys have their moments, and really giving it everything they've got. Wow, look at that. Oh, beautiful right hand.
A very even pace, fought courtesy of William Foster and IRVIN Gonzalez through round 2 of the scheduled 3-rounder. And as is the case with a lot of amateur bouts, Rich, because you have less time to work than you would, say, in a professional fight, you have to fight at a more furious pace, and that's a lot of what we saw in round 2, as these highlights will exhibit.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. You know, it's a point. These guys are getting they're getting scores based on points, so they need to throw a lot of punches. And they also need great defense. I mean, there's Luis Rivera right there. He was a great fighter himself. He had a nice career, and was always great to work with. Never held back, never said no to anybody. You know, fought a lot of the best fighters out there, and you know, he had a great career. And obviously creating a great career for himself as one of the top trainers in New England right now.
IRVIN Gonzalez a little slower to get off his stool than William Foster as we begin round 3, the final round of this 132-pound contest.
Pete, I got to really give these guys a lot of credit. I mean, really, I think this round's the deciding vote here. I think this fight's almost dead even. I don't know. I'd have to say I'd have a hard time picking a winner in this fight here. They both are having their moments. Beautiful hand speed. tell you, oh, beautiful left hand, nice left hand. Gonzalez is actually slowing down a little bit in this round. You know, you need that last round. This round's real important. You can't sit there and pose. You've got to let your hands go. There you go. There goes Gonzalez. Very important to let those hands go. The only way you're going to score those points. Nice right hand. Another one. No one realizes, but you know, 3 minutes in those, when you get those heavy gloves on with the headgear, it's a lot more difficult than meets the eye. I tell you, I give these guys a lot of credit. And you can see they both have really trained hard for this fight. And what a better place to put a fight like this on than Foxwoods Casino. Nice left hook. Oh.
Not only are both fighters fighting with a lot of grit and toughness, Rich, but fighting with skill as well. They both seem to be very fundamentally sound.
Absolutely. I mean, these two are good, solid fighters right here. And I don't even know their records, but I can tell just by looking at these guys. These guys, I'm sure, are one of the better fighters in New England. And very well evenly matched, solid.
They're putting the time in the gym. That's evident.
I wouldn't be surprised if these guys have been in front of each other before, maybe fought at a different date at some point, I would guess. And I wouldn't be shocked if these guys spar together. I believe they're both from Connecticut, so good possibility these guys are familiar with each other because they both seem to have found the weakness of the other guy. But solid fight. I'm just curious on who's going to pull this fight out.
Foster from Connecticut, Gonzalez from Worcester, Massachusetts.
Oh, he's from Worcester, Mass. Okay, I thought it was Connecticut.
Gonzalez, the lone non-Connecticut fighter to compete in the amateur ranks thus far tonight, as we saw a nice combination courtesy of Foster. A nice left hand landed upstairs, which caused some fluid to fly from the mouth of Gonzalez.
See, they're both getting a little bit tired here, Pete. Right now, you want to turn that gas up. This is the moment. This is where you steal the fight. Right here.
Nice right hand by Foster.
The last 10 seconds mean a lot in this fight. They can make the difference in this fight. Hands, they got to let those hands go. Great fight, Peter.
Well, it goes the distance in a very entertaining fight it was between William Foster of New Haven, Connecticut and IRVIN Gonzalez of Worcester, Massachusetts. There'll be plenty of highlights to choose from when it comes to replays we show as we head into the decision, which we'll have for you in moments. Another thing that's really good about the amateur ranks as opposed to professionals, Rich, is that you have a lot of trainers and fighters willing to step up and test themselves fighting the best fighters in the region. They're not so worried about padding their records as you would in the professional ranks, thinking, is this the right fight for me? They're looking to get all the experience necessary in order to turn professional one day in case they choose to do so as we take a look.
Well, I mean, Pete, you got to remember, you know, when you turn pro, everything you've done in the amateur, it goes away. Other than trying to make the nationals or the Olympic trials, I don't look at records as an amateur as I look at it sort of meaningless. Other than trying to judge how good a guy is to match them up in the amateurs, because that's how you guide and make a fight in the amateurs. You base it on their records. But other than that, you know, this experience, you can't put a price tag on it.
William Foster and IRVIN Gonzalez, a very spirited fight. For the official particulars on how this fight concluded, we go to Jamie Beliveau.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. Your winner, fighting out of the red corner, William Foster.
Great fight.
William Foster victorious over IRVIN Gonzalez here in this lightweight tilt at Foxwoods Resort and Casino. But I don't think there was any loser in that fight, really, Rich.
No. Like I said, I'm going to go back to it, Pete. You can't put a price tag on the experience. This is where you prepare yourself for the pros. This is where you learn. This is where you want to fight those tough guys in the amateurs. You know, to get that necessary experience you need to really make yourself more complete and prepare for the professional level.
Well, a good spirited bout it was, but William Foster emerges victorious over IRVIN Gonzalez here at Foxwoods Casino.